Yo, Bad Larry.
We are back in the 90s with some classic good guy versus bad guy action. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and we are continuing the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider series with issue number 3 titled Deathwatch. I gave this cover a B+ rating. I like seeing the main characters in action, along with some relevance to the story within our covers. It's not as eye catching due to the layout or the color schemes, but it still gets the job done. This issue is written by Howard Mackey and drawn by Javier Saltares. I always enjoy when a story takes place in a real place. It gives an atmosphere you can immediately relate to. And this story starts in a police station in Brooklyn, New York. Dumbass but lucky Polly is being grilled by a couple of detectives on the location of the last canister she hid. The cops have recovered 2 canisters but need that last one. It seems like they're dirty the way they're grilling Polly. It seems Deathwatch's Red Ninjas are hot on the trail as well, about to break into the police station. Boy, these canisters are really worth something, huh? To be fair to Polly, a lot of stuff has happened, but come on, you would know where you stashed something like this. Why you always lying? I like how Javier has drawn this cop with the pushback hairline. It seems right for the time and the job. Suddenly, the lights all go out. Shots are popping off left, right, and center. The old detective gets yeeted from behind. Boy, the whole gang is here. Blackout, the demon vampire, obviously causes blackout, and the Red Ninjas. Deathwatch here uses his memory ripper powers and learned nothing new from the dying cop. Well, now the dead cop. And the Red Ninjas are holding down everything else, including dumbass Polly. The next day, poor Danny is back at the hospital trying to get his dying sister to pull herself out of this coma. Captain Dolan busts in like the Kool-Aid Man and the station's unis. He stations them around for protection. Protecting who? Well, they're guarding Barb, Danny's sister. She may be the last witness to be able to identify the baddies. Oh my gosh! Deathwatch and his Red Ninjas killed like 10 cops last night and injured over a dozen more. Yikes! Danny asks what he can do, but come on, you know you can't do anything, Danny. But you have access to the guy that can. Ghost Rider. Back at the Cypress Hill Cemetery, Polly's crew, the Cypress Pool Jokers, are actually debating on if they should really kill Polly, as their whole situation is her fault for stealing the bag with the canisters in it. And to be honest, I probably maybe would have voted for it. It's probably not the first time she's caused the crew a bunch of headaches, and I doubt it would be the last. She's a Calamity Jane. I enjoy the color scheme with this Ghost Rider comic. The purposeful use of monochromatic tones, oversaturation. It really creates a really cool tone with this comic that I enjoy. One of the crew, I think his name is Angel, he lets everyone know what's what. A bunch of cops are dead. The baddies got Polly. Now all of a sudden, they're about to save Polly? They were considering killing her, then kicking her out of the club, but now they're all about rescuing her? Weird gang. But the crew doesn't have to search too hard. The baddies have come to them in epic bad guy style, by the way. I knew it. Kingpin is complaining that Deathwatch is always one step ahead of him, and he confirms that he has a bunch of cops on the old payroll. But for now, Kingpin is sending his personal manservant to go to the cemetery and collect his containers as well as bring back dumbass Polly so she could give Kingpin as much info as she has on Deathwatch. This time, I do feel like Danny could have guessed the hot spot would be back at the cemetery. He's getting his peeping Tom on. I guess he's just waiting until the situation is bad enough to whip out the old Ghost Rider. I don't know why Deathwatch is faffing about. He can just use his memory ripper power on Polly to get the location of the last canister. Why have Blackout torture one of her friends to get the answer instead? That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh no! Blackout kills Angel, an innocent kid and Polly's crew member or gang member friend. I put his death on Polly at this point. She could have spilled the beans on the canister location, but no! She really got her boy killed because she can't get her shit together. And this is exactly what Deathwatch says to her. But now it's time. Ghost Rider time. Deathwatch reveals the contents of the canisters. Why does he do this? I don't know. They contain some biotoxin weapon he's supposed to release in the city, which is going to cause all kinds of death from it. Half the city will die instantly. The other half will go insane and probably start killing each other off due to the chaos and the toxin eating away at their brains. So the ones who don't die basically become zombies. From the shadows, someone says, "Not today, jackass!" Well, he actually said, "Not today, sir," but he should have said jackass. Kingpin's manservant steps out of the shadows, and with a snap of his fingers, an entire squadron of dudes with guns surround Deathwatch. He wants the canisters and the girl, or the dudes are gonna open fire. Deathwatch seems like a reasonable villain. He instructs Blackout to do what the manservant says. Blackout is a demon vampire, though. He doesn't like following instructions or doing the smart thing. Deathwatch says, all right, and pieces out, leaving Blackout in the dust. Like I said before, Blackout is a crazy-ass demon vampire. He does what he wants like a wild animal. He does not hand over the canisters. Instead, he slices manservant's neck open and goes on a killing spree. Kingpin soldiers are firing, and lucky-ass dumbass Polly gets grabbed up once more again. Man, this girl is so lucky she hasn't been killed yet. Ghost Rider is following close, at a distance, waiting for the right time to pounce. Oh boy, the team is officially over. Blackout tells these red ninjas to kill anyone they come across, even Deathwatch. I guess it was bound to happen. Blackout is a total psychopath and wants to be world ruler like you do. As Blackout is going on and on, Ghost Rider is sneakily taking out red ninjas, getting closer and closer. Polly finally shows Blackout where she hid the last canister. And what is her reward for leading Blackout to the last canister? The promise of a quick death. Great. Ghost Rider makes easy peasy light work of what seems like the remaining red ninjas, and Blackout comes out of the mausoleum to a big surprise. Ghost Rider bum rushes Blackout. Blackout thinks he's going to activate the canisters now. Someone in the shadows snatches dumbass Polly once again. I wonder who that could have been. Ghost Rider is clearly stronger, but Blackout has those judo moves. He takes a shot and starts releasing the deadly toxin gas. Ghost Rider grabs up Blackout in a classic Uncle Bear hug. What you gonna do now, big boy? Blackout tries as he might to avoid the penance stare and makes a dumb move. He thinks just because he has some vampire teeth he can actually use them against Ghost Rider. What did he get as his reward? A face full of mystical hellfire. Ghost Rider's hellfire destroyed the toxic gas and the canisters. Now it's butt whooping time. Blackout's face is effed up. He has the gall to say, "What did you do? What did Ghost Rider do? You bit him. This effed up face is all on you, buddy boy." Blackout starts talking a big game, saying he gonna whip Ghost Rider, all the while running away like a little bitch. You can't talk shit while you're running away like a coward. Kingpin is overlooking the city, his city. He thinks he owns it. And he's just pondering, what is he gonna do with old Ghost Rider? If he can do anything at all. With all his physical power, I'm surprised Kingpin isn't more hands-on. Lead by example there, Kingpin. Danny is back at the hospital, Barb is still in the coma, and now Danny is actually considering getting rid of the magic Ghost Rider motorcycle. What? No way, that thing is too cool to just dump. Danny has to make a decision. Take on the mantle of Ghost Rider, or dump the bike and let it be someone else's problem. What I've noticed, Ghost Rider can only be in the issue for a few pages. His fights are pretty short due to his immense power, but I'm okay with it. I like this series so far. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for Ghost Rider issue number 4. You can run, but you can't hide. As in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Coming out real soon. Peace.